Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing very well. Welcome to this edition of discussion on the Indian Express dated 3rd August 2022. And I'm back again with some of the major articles from the newspaper. So let's begin up with our today's discussion. From the very first page from GS to Indian Polity, the article is about Supreme Court Collegium meets on next CGI new postings. From this article, first of all, you have to know what is the collegium system, what is the evolution of collegium system, the constitutional provisions associated with it, what are the criticisms, etc. Moving on page number 8 from GS3 Economy Sector, the article is headlined as Tax prices of many goods were higher even before the GST, says our Finance Minister Mrs. Nirmala Sitharaman. From this article, you have to know about the goods and services tax, recently levied commodities and criticisms. Also, what is GST Council and what is its significance, the challenges associated with it, and what is the possible scenario ahead. All right, moving further on page number 9 from GS to International Relations. So, this article is about the recent meeting of the Maldivian President Ibrahim Soli with our Prime Minister Narendra Modi. And the article is headlined as Flagging Terror Threat. India pledges support to Maldives. From this article, you have to know about the visit of Maldivian President in India. Also, what is the Malay Connectivity Project? Further on, what are the India-Maldives strategic relations? What are the challenges associated with it? And what is the possible scenario ahead? Alright, moving further on page number 9 itself from GS3 Environment Sector, the article is headlined as Lok Sabha passes bill to implement global norms on endangered species. From this article, you have to know about the key provisions of the Wildlife Protection Amendment Bill 2021. Also, what are the significance and challenges associated with it? You have to know about the Convention on International Trade in the Endangered Species of Wild Flora and Fauna. Moving further on page number 10 from GS to Indian Polity, the article is headlined as ED Director's Tenure Extension Challenged, Supreme Court Notice to Centre. So recently, the Supreme Court issued notice on a batch of petitions challenging the extension to the Enforcement Directorate Director Sanjay Kumar Mishra. So the notice has been issued to the Centre and the Central Vigilance Commission on the petitions filed by Congress leader Jaya Thakur, by some of the Congress leaders. From this article, you have to know about the Enforcement Directorate, what is its composition, what is the tenure of officials, what is the Central Vigilance Commission, and what is the CVC Act. Further on, the recent criticisms on ED's powers through the PMLA and what is the possible scenario ahead. Moving on page number 12 from GS to Indian Polity, the article is headlined as PMLA and its discontents. This article is written by Mr. Upendra Bakshi and it says Supreme Court verdict refers to the mandate of international law. But can it gainsay international humanitarian rights law? From this article, you have to know the Supreme Court's verdict of Prevention of Money Laundering Act. Also know about the Prevention of Money Laundering Act 2022 and its objectives and provisions. Further on, you have to know what does the term dirty money mean. Also know about money laundering and the challenges black money posed and how this can be tackled. With this, you can also know about the Financial Action Task Force, the FATF. Alright, moving further on page number 12 from GS to International Relations, the article is headlined as After Jawahari. So President Joe Biden scores a few points at home, but Jawahari's presence in Kabul also exposed failure of the Doha Accord. So this article is about the recent killing of the Al-Qaeda head Ayman al-Zawahiri in Kabul. From this article, you have to know what is Doha Agreement, how is it linked to the killing of Al-Qaeda leader Ayman al-Zawahiri by the United States, and also talk about the geopolitical outcomes of the United States action and what is the possible scenario ahead. Alright, moving further on page number 14 from GS to Governance Sector, the article is headlined as Translating India. So a translation revolution is blurring aesthetics, linguistic and political borders, and this will raise inclusiveness, prosperity and soft power. From this article, you have to know about the multilingualism in India. Also, what is the significance behind the potential move of promotion of Indian languages in higher education? What are the challenges associated? Also know about the National Education Policy 2020 and what is its evolution. Alright, moving further on page number 13 from GS to Indian Polity, the article is about the RTI Act. So it is headlined as Clouds Over Sunshine Law. The efficacy of RTI Act is threatened by opacity, opposition from bureaucracy and lawmakers. First of all, from this article, you have to know what is the Right to Information Act RTI, what are the key provisions, what are the criticisms and challenges associated. You also have to talk about its functioning and effectiveness since the enactment, what are the suggestions given and what is the possible scenario ahead. Moving further on page number 17 from GS to International Relations, the article is headlined as India's One China stand and relations with Taiwan. In the wake of recent conflict between China and Taiwan, from this article you have to know what is Taiwan issue, what is One China policy, India's position on the issue, and what are the possible consequences of Pelosi's visit to China and what are the repercussions on India. Also know broadly about the US China relations. Moving on page number 17 itself from GS2 Health Sector, the article is about monkeypox. It is headlined as is there a risk of transmitting monkeypox on an aircraft? From this article, you have to know what is monkeypox, also know about its spread, surge, the transmission pattern, what are the precautions taken, the availability of vaccine, cure, etc. Also suggest the steps that should be taken to control its spread in India. Alright, with this, we call it a wrap of today's edition of Headlines of the Day, the Indian Express. I hope you liked the video. I will see you with some other video. Till then, take care and do stay tuned.